you decide upon how to post on it. So of course Canva has broken all the barriers. You don't have to be good at designing. There are pre-designed templates for that. So I think Canva can take care of the color scheme of your and the tonality of your profile. But you have to plan the content strategy. So it can be a mix of educational, entertainment, and sales. That's one thing. Second is you need to A B test rigorously in the first 20 to 30 days that you're on the platform, be it any platform. A B test anything and everything, because once you reach a stage, your audience starts sort of expecting some, very similar stuff out of you. So if I'll be posting carousels for the next 10 days, people will expect a carousal on the 11th day. So as your account grows, A/B testing becomes a little difficult, because a lot of people are starting to expect something out of you. So the best part about being in your initial stages on any platform is that you can A/B test. So make a content strategy, make it very solid. Go to platforms like Answer the Public, Google, Instagram hashtags, LinkedIn hashtags to find what people are talking about, and also read the comments to understand what they want to know about. And that's what your audience is looking for, and you can create content around it. So that's, I think, the ideal vibrant kind of profile for me, which answers the questions that I'm concerned about or I want answers for. So basically every post that you do has to be an answer to one question that anybody on the internet in that particular niche is looking for.
Okay, and basically, a good profile actually means a simple profile with more of content. And matlab, I have seen some profiles, even my profile was like that. Ki, everything was like काफी clustered and not good to see. So I guess that plays a good role in Instagram because it has a whole of feed section. So maintaining a good profile and posting it in a particular manner is actually helpful, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is about the profile, and yeah, in the profile, what do you think the profile picture in the Instagram should be like? Like it should be any of your logo, or it should be like your own profile, own picture.
It totally depends again on your strategy. If you're trying to build a brand, so a lot of people want to establish themselves as freelancers. तो आप अपनी profile use करो, profile picture. But if you want to from start tell people that hey, you're going to work with an agency or an organization, then you have a brand logo in place. Now there are pros and cons for doing both. Personal pages get more traction, company pages get less traction. Then but the pro is that you can charge more as an agency, not as a freelancer, because people understand that more people are working in the organization and stuff like that. So basically pros and cons for doing both of them. But then it totally depends on your 1 year to 5 year strategy as to where you want to how you want to position yourself. But having said that, it has to be something very clear. You can't choose something clustered. You can't choose something which is not rememberable, I would say. If people can't remember your logo or your photo, there's something wrong that you've done in your profile picture. So be it LinkedIn or Instagram, your picture has to be, I'm not so in Instagram it can be a little informal, LinkedIn has to be very formal. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that people have to retain it. So don't just make a picture on Canva with tons of text and you're just trying to convey something. That is not going to work.
Okay, great. So this is about the profile. Moving ahead with what strategies a beginner can use to get more leads, and the leads can be anything according to what the person has in mind. It can be getting an internship or job. It can be making your own, like getting leads for their business, for their freelancing business, or anything. So what strategies a beginner can accommodate in the same?
Very nice question. So basically, whatever is your objective, you need to understand that you have to niche down. If you just show yourself as jack of all trades, master of none, it's not going to land you a particular kind of lead. So if my aim is to book more consultation calls with my Instagram account, I'll make sure I somehow promote it. And if I'm making, so my the post that I'm working on right now says Instagram growth strategy for freelancers. So it is very well targeted towards freelancers. I'm not saying Instagram growth strategy. So you're getting my point. You have to niche down. If you're a UI UX designer, write in your profile, I make clutter breaking websites, UIs for people who are for high growth freelancers. If you're a content writer, you can write, I help crypto companies, crypto exchange platforms to scale via the power of content. Something like that. So it has to be a very strong statement that you make in a particular niche so that people of that niche come to you. Of course, it takes time to find that. So in the starting, you can't just write content writer. You can write technical content writer, healthcare content writer, or something like that, and then niche down to a smaller part or chunk of that industry. But I think it's very important for anybody to niche down. Once you know who your target audience is, then it becomes easier for you to make your content strategy and hit on those clients.
Okay, and you have very well said that we have to make our target audience more specific, because as you gave an example of your post, so that is very much based on the freelancers. So basically you want the consultation call from the freelancers, so you are targeting your content on them. So similarly we can target our content on whatever lead we want.
So probably anybody in the chat section can actually throw a case, and I can tell you what you can write or what kind of clients can you get from Instagram. Because if I write, I help doctors to scale, how many doctors would be on Instagram?
Right.
But there are more beauty influencers, so you just have to play it smart. Not everything can be pitched via Instagram, so you also need to choose the right platform. I wrote in one of my stories yesterday that anything that is above $1,000, I usually sell it on LinkedIn, and
Right.
anything which is $100 or less is sold on Instagram.
Basically you have completely diverged your scale ki what type of clients I will get on Instagram and what type of clients I will get on LinkedIn. So
Exactly.
that strategy is very well defined, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question from Jaya. How can I, as a small business owner, generate clients from my Instagram account? I have an art account. Can you please enlighten me on this? Also, I want to start a page as a freelance content writer too. So what things do I have to keep in mind? So these are two questions by Jaya.
Amazing questions, Jaya. Congratulations on being strong as a content person and then also being an artist. These are like two skills that you actually need to thrive in the digital industry. So you already have them. Now it's great that you've decided to segregate, right? So when it comes to being a content writer, you need to understand the kind of people you are trying to target, and then make a profile which says helping other freelancers to close clients while the work is getting done at the back end. So probably you can, the best of best in the industry can get in touch with you because of the work ethics that you hold, and you will, help them run a sustainable freelance show in the front end while you do all the work at the back end. So that's one model. The second can be, you might be amazing when it comes to writing creative content. So then you can make a page which shows your creativity. And the second page, that is the arts page, you also want to sell it. So you want to sell your art. So what I'll say is, go very specific. Can you specify what kind of art are you trying to sell? One of my friends does this name art wherein she writes, so she does doodling and she writes names while doodling. So she's written Unnati, she's written Tanya, she's written this and that. And if that's the structure, you can take the most common names from Google and start making, so that people get a perspective of what they can gift to their loved ones. The best thing about the art page is that you can show so much, because people who are coming to you because they did not have the time, they did not invest their time in making a card or anything. So if they're coming to your page, that means they know that they'll have to pay for it and they're looking for something creative. So with your page, you can actually give direction to people of what they can buy. Instead of saying, these fashion influencers were very smart. What they did is 3 ways to style a dupatta. what they were actually selling was the dupatta, but they made it so innovative that you
What's it happening, man? यार मैंने लीव तो नहीं कर दिया.
from my page that you can give to your girlfriend, 5 gifting ideas that you can give to your boyfriend, something like that, so that people come down to your page and it's idiot proof what they can pick and choose.
क्या हो रहा है ये?
Hi
Hi.
Harshita, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear. I don't know what happened. मतलब 2 बार I was just kicked from the meeting, so I'm really
Oh,
sorry for that.
no worries.
So yeah, I guess the question is answered. Unnati?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we can move towards the next question. We
Sure.
can move towards the DM strategy on Instagram that one should follow. Like how to DM, how to start with DMing and everything. Like everything, a beginner should know about it, and then it can help us in lead generation.
All right. So when I was starting out, I think there's this amazing writer that I used to follow. She's in the B2B niche and she just works with Shopify apps. Okay. And I was so intrigued by her profile. I thought, okay, she has some 30, 40,000 followers, and I thought, okay, I'll talk to this person. And I wrote that I'm a very big fan. I'm not sure if you're looking for a writer, but how about collaborating? And I sent her the things that I've done, and it was all on Instagram. And she said, yes, I'm always on a lookout for good writers. Why don't you mail me all this? And then I mailed, and that's how I started earning when I just started freelancing last year. So I think DMs have actually helped me a lot. And they don't have to be salesy always. Like a lot of people who come to me are not like, le lo, hamara service le lo. They are very genuinely appreciating my content, and then they're like, we want to work with you. Why don't you give us an opportunity? And I drop my email ID over there, and they get in touch with me. So if you're in your initial stages of career, what you can do as a designer, you as a designer, you can message pages saying that, hey, amazing products, but how about well designed posts? So would you like to kind of get in touch with me and I can do it for you. Or you can, talk to larger or greater freelancers who are doing work at scale, because they will have some leads or the other, either to pass it on or to get the work done under their banner or name. Right. So that's another strategy that you can opt for. So probably anybody can give me a niche in the chat section and I'll tell you how your ideal DM can look like. So, Harshita, you can ask me the next question while we have, if anybody wants to, okay. So, retail is what, Yathanshu? So, you're selling what kind of retail products? Lifestyle. Okay. I would have actually gone to influencers. If the product is really strong and if it's in the lifestyle industry, I would have messaged a couple of influencers that your father's birthday is coming, your baby's birthday is coming, and this product can actually give you the glow up or everything like that, and just try for a barter. And also
Hello, Unnati, you are not audible to me.
Me that I've got is counseling, I would have actually gone to hashtag mental health and see if people what who are the people who are talking about mental health, and then directly
Yeah. Hello, Unnati, I can't hear you. Is everything fine? Can any other person tell me whether he or she can hear?
company, a sales SaaS company, they wouldn't have hired me directly without any, because I just want to work with them. So what I did is I worked with agencies who are working with that kind of uh, clients, and then I made my portfolio in a way that people would start, talking to uh, me and take my work seriously. So that's another route. You can start working with agencies who are working with wedding companies.
Okay, Unnati, can you please tell me on which question we are? Like, I
Yeah,
just lost
there
your
was this
audio.
question by Nidhi in the chat section. I've just answered that.
Okay, okay, great. So next question is by Jaya. What kind of hashtags would you advise to someone who is starting out as a content writer? Should we reach out to bloggers and pitch in? I had tried doing that to influencers with big numbers, but it seemed that they had too many requests, so the message get unnoticed there. So how to deal with that?
That's not even the case. I just have 1,700 followers and I have 300 plus so they'll never check it out. Zyadatar, until you just replied to one of their stories or something like that. Now, what is your objective of reaching out to the big influencers? आप वो comments में डाल दो. Yeah, I mean chat पे डाल दो. What is your objective to reach out to such big influencers? And meanwhile, what kind of hashtags? Hashtag strategy is very simple. Choose three kinds of hashtags below 100k, 100 to 300k, 300 to 500k. That's it. And 10, 10, 10 each, and keep replacing them every week to understand which set works the best for you. To write their blogs, I don't think बहुत अच्छे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स ब्लॉग पे अभी ध्यान भी दे रहे होंगे, बिकॉज I just feel they're earning way more out of their social media handles. So probably you'll have to see if they already have a blog, you mail them directly and they'll get back to you. But I'm not sure how sustainable this industry is. Given that everybody is moving towards either voice or videos, you have to have a very clutter breaking offering to make somebody with 1 million followers on Instagram to reply to you to write their blog. So you'll also have to see sustainability of the industry, right? So yeah.
Okay, and she also asked about the hashtags. So okay, so
Yeah.
you answered about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question we can take upon the content creation strategy, where you just told us that the feed should be compelling enough so that person stays on the account and check out the other feeds. But what specific content can one produce in order to get leads? And basically taking an example of content writers or any graphic designers, so they want clients to get more leads and more freelancing work. So how they can pitch their strategy, like pitch their proposal in the form of content they are providing.
Got it. If I'm a LinkedIn writer, I would say because of my writing, my client used to get 20, 30 likes pehle. Now he's getting 80, 90 likes. See, the content works. As a writer, I can also say I wrote a caption for a particular post and this is how it has improved the engagement rate. Basically, for every so whatever you're doing, you have to be a content marketer in your niche because you've chosen freelancing as the thing for you. So it's very important for you to market your services, and for that you need to have numbers attached to your service. So you know how good the content is very subjective. What you can do is you can actually associate number with it. If you are writing for a blog, you can ask the company to give you a screenshot of Google Analytics and tell you how much traffic your blog has got. So, and then you can make a case study of how I got 4,000 views in a month for a client blog written in the cryptocurrency niche. Or how my client on Instagram grew by 20% in engagement rate just because of the caption that I wrote. Or how my client's LinkedIn profile skyrocketed after one post that I wrote for him went viral. Something like that. So that's how you market your services. You can have a carousel, you can ask for insights, but until you ask your clients for all these numbers and specifications, as a writer also, not just as a marketer, you'll never be able to show the ROI that you get on the table. And until you show the ROI, nobody is going to invest a lot of money. Why copywriters earn more than content writers? The answer is because everything is ROI driven when it comes to copywriting. So you just have to justify the ROI that you get on table. Sometimes when somebody asks me, what will I get out of organic growth strategy, Unnati? We are already running ads and we get every dollar that we put in, we earn $3 out of it. So I usually say that today you're investing $20,000 in your ads, But after 7 months, your $10,000 would also be giving you the same ROI, because your entire strategy would be backed by organic growth strategies. People would come to your Instagram and would love the content. So you will get leads at much lesser rate. And that's why organic growth strategies are sustainable. So you need to find a way to prove the ROI of your services, and people would be inclined towards hiring you. So I think even on LinkedIn or Instagram, you should create content which shows the ROI that you get on the table and how you're different from your other peers or competitors. You can actually post your research strategy on Instagram and show your prospect, whosoever is looking on your page, that you actually go through 9 websites before uh, finalizing on the content structure, right? So basically, your BTS, this is how you actually market your BTS behind the scenes of your business. So yeah, I think that's very important. Show the ROI, show the BTS, and the client is bound to come back to you, or the prospect is bound to get closed.
Okay, great. And like seeing the other aspect in the Instagram, what I see that uh, content writers or graphic designers, they post by for educating other freelancers in the niche. So like, would this be beneficial in any way to them, or like they are just creating more and more content, and they're like
They're just creating more and more content, as per me. If your ideal customer is not going to pay you for consultations, अब आप consultations बेच रहे हो freelancers के लिए, amazing, do this, will work for you. If you don't have a consultation, if you don't have an ebook, if you don't have a course, and you're still creating content for, so you are basically creating content for likes, क्योंकि आपको एक ट्रिक पता चली, आपने उसके बारे में पोस्ट कर दिया, 100 लोगों को पता चली, यू गॉट 100 likes, बट विल दैट गिव यू मनी? If the answer is no, your content is actually redundant on the platform. You're just adding to the greater pool that is already there. You need to just make content around what you can sell. If I'm making content around content writers, I know that I have 2 courses for it. If I'm making content for Instagram, I know I take packages from companies wherein I make reels for them. If I'm curating content around LinkedIn, there's a LinkedIn consultation call happening on my website. So every post that I do has an ulterior motive to sell a service or a product of mine.
Okay, so basically, every post is backed by a certain call to action where the prospect, or where the client, or your lead will be generated in some way or the other, or they push that
Correct.
particular person to either get on a consultation call, or get to give you some more projects, or anything of the same sort, right?
Correct. Correct.
And unless someone don't have that motive behind, they are just creating more and more content for, as you said, for engagement and everything.
करेक्ट, एंड विच इज फाइन. अगर आपको नहीं फिगर आउट है कि आपको क्या करना है, तब दिस स्ट्रैटेजी वर्क्स. बट इफ यू हैव फाइनेंशियल गोल्स, देन इट डजंट वर्क.
Okay, great. And so, okay, a follow-up question for this, that suppose we are budding freelancers and we don't have any course or any consultation call, because we are ourselves learning at this point.
Yes.
So then, what content should we create if we are just beginner, like we haven't done any such projects, or we haven't got any clients which has huge insights, as you said? So then, in that case, what content would work best for us in our niches, like whatever freelancing we are doing?
Okay. So what I would have done is, in your, so if I'm writing for cryptocurrency clients and I'm just starting out, सबसे पहले तो instead of creating so much of content, I would have gotten 2-3 clients to build a portfolio. I would have cold emailed. I would have so these things, these platforms will take 6 months to render results for you. If you don't have that bandwidth, if you have financial goals for yourself from the first month itself, I would recommend get some client, because in that process also you learn so many things. In the whole content generation process also you learn so many things, and then post your learning so that you can attract your tribe, more such clients like that. So that's the first thing. Get your first few clients before you just start creating content around it. The second is, it's okay to start from scratch, but you'll always have numbers. It's just that your numbers would start from 0 likes for a client. He was at 0 likes and now he's getting 10 likes, but that's still 100% jump, right? So you just have to change everything in terms of percentage and perspective and then post around it. So starting May, I was working for startups and not just well funded companies. वेल फंडेड कंपनीज में डेटा इतना बड़ा बड़ा होता है, बहुत मजा आता है काम करने में. जब स्टार्टअप्स थे ना, तब भी आई यूज टू मेक श्योर दैट आई एम राइटिंग कंटेंट विच शोज हाउ मार्केटेबल माय सर्विसेज आर. लाइक I used to tell them that, I have a client, I have a startup which has started getting 200 followers every month, which is very small for a well funded startup. वो उनको 200 one day में मिल जाता है. But then for the small businesses, they loved the fact that by the end of 6 months they'll be at 1,000 followers or something like that. So yeah, you, wherever you are in your career, you'll always have numbers backing you. It's just that you have to be smart enough to find them.
Okay, great. And these numbers can be anything and everything you have worked till now in that particular field to showcase your
Correct.
skills. Like it can be from internships, right? Even from in internships, you have
Exactly.
written any content for anyone or made any graphic for anyone. So that also show analytics. It's just that it's not a freelancing as of now. Freelancing to be said, it is like paid and unpaid internships, but they're still clients, right? So that may
Yeah.
have that numbers that you're searching for, and then you can curate your posts according to them, that how I made this number from this number, and then you can make your
Yeah.
post on that.
Yes.
Okay. And like thinking on other note, it will attract both the freelancers and the clients as well, because the freelancers would love to know that how this person has done this much, and the clients would love to know so that they can uh, do their business as well, and they can hire someone for the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was all the questions I had in the like from the audience. If anyone has any questions, they can ask, or else we can like end this session then. Anyone having any questions? Okay, I think people don't have any questions as of now. So
Perfect.
just wanted to thank you, Unnati, for this session. I had like got my so much of answers for the questions I had, and hope it was helpful for the audience as well. Thank you so much for giving your time.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you for being a wonderful audience and having curated questions rather than just throwing mumbos and jumbos on me. How to reach 10,000 followers and blah. You had very specific questions. All the best to everybody who's trying to grow on Instagram. I hope you hit your financial goals in the next quarter, and all the best.
Okay. We have a question, I guess. Let me see.
No, we have like a thank you note. Oh, no, we have a question.
Yeah. Can I add keywords to drive traffic?
Yes, given that, so there's no proven result, at least I don't have a proven result for it, but you can actually pick up keywords from Uber Suggest or something like that, add them in your captions, and see if the SEO favors you. SEO of Instagram favors you. So you can actually go on insights section, check how many people are coming from home, how many people are coming from hashtags, and others may check kar lo if the post with the keyword actually got more traction or not.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And thank you, Unnati, once again. And have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye. Hello.
Shika, कैसे हो?
Yeah. Hi Vishal. I'm good. Just ended with the session.
वो तो आपके इश्यूज तो नोट कर लिए थे, और कोई इश्यूज आए क्या उसके बीच में?
और यही इशू था, मतलब 2-3 बार तो मतलब मैं अपने आप ही पता नहीं कैसे बाहर चली गई थी. आई ट्राइड ज्वाइनिंग इन, तो वो आ रहा था, इट फेल्ड आ गया, फेल्ड आ रहा था बार बार.
चलो,
या आई एम ऑडिबल.
ऑडियो में इश्यूज आ रहा था.
आई एम ऑडिबल.
हाँ, you are audible now.
ओके. हाँ, तो ये 2 इश्यूज थे. एक तो मैं बार बार बाहर जाए जा रही थी अपने आप ही, एंड दूसरा ऑडियो में मतलब इशू आ रहा था. मुझे आवाज सुनाई नहीं दे रही थी, सब लोगों को सुनाई दे रही थी बट मुझे नहीं सुनाई दे रही थी स्पीकर की आवाज बीच बीच में काफी टाइम तक.
Okay. तो हो सकता है वो दोनों रिलेटेड इश्यूज हो गया. अभी 9 बजे टीम के साथ मीटिंग है मेरी, फिर हम चेक करेंगे.
ठीक है. ओके.
देखते हैं शायद.
ओके. हाँ, और मतलब जो सेशन हो जाता है वो हमें प्रोफाइल पे विजिबल नहीं होता कि हमने ये सेशन कर लिया है, लाइक इट इज एंडेड नाउ.
अभी नहीं होता. प्रोफाइल पे विजिबल किया है, सेशंस हो गया. हम एक रेटिंग वाला फीचर बना रहे हैं.
कौन सा वाला?
तो हम रेटिंग का फीचर बना रहे हैं.
अच्छा.
तो रेटिंग्स आपकी प्रोफाइल पे विजिबल होगा. ठीक है, बट आप सोच लेना, मतलब प्रोफाइल पे पुराने सेशंस कितने सारे दिखने चाहिए, नहीं दिखने चाहिए. तो हम डाल सकते हैं वो फीचर. अभी डाला नहीं है हमने, बट सोच सकते हैं उसके बारे में.
हाँ, अगर वो हम डाल पाए ना तो अच्छा रहेगा. लाइक एक लिस्ट टाइप हो जाएगी कि हमने मतलब कितने सेशंस कर लिए, कौन कौन से टॉपिक थे, एंड वही रेटिंग वगैरह कितनी थी एंड एवरीथिंग. तो पता चल जाएगा जो भी
रेटिंग के साथ कंबाइन
न्यू यूजर आ रहा होगा.
कंबाइन करके और डाल देंगे. श्योर.
हाँ, राइट. रेटिंग के साथ कंबाइन करके डाल सकते हैं. अभी तो आपने बोला था ना कि रेटिंग और वो वाला फीचर है नहीं अभी. यू आर बिल्डिंग ऑन इट, राइट?
हाँ, वर्किंग ऑन इट. हाँ, करेक्ट.
ठीक है. तो अभी तो जैसे मेरा रूम खत्म हो गया तो मुझे कहीं पे भी नहीं दिख रहा वो, ना प्रोफाइल पे और ना फीफो वाले पे. तो वो चला गया है शायद. अब आएगा नहीं ना वो.
हाँ, बट हमारे डेटाबेस में तो होगा ही डेटा. तो हम जब वो फीचर डालेंगे तो बाद में देखते हैं, स्टार्ट कराया जा सकता है.
हाँ, ठीक है. एक ये, और हाँ ये भी कर देना कि लाइक जब होस्ट को स्टार्ट करनी हो मीटिंग, जब वो कर सके. लाइक आज मैंने एग्जैक्ट 7 पे ही मैं कर पाई थी, उससे पहले रूम ज्वाइन नहीं हो पा रहा था. तो उसका
तो हम 5 मिनट पहले स्टार्ट करने का परमिशन दे देना. 5 मिनट पहले.
हाँ, 5 मिनट या लाइक 10 मिनट्स तक अगर हो जाए तो ठीक रहेगा, ताकि एक लाइक हम वैसे उसमें कुछ करना तो है नहीं, बट जैसे स्पीकर वीकर के साथ हम बात कर लेते हैं ना पहले. जैसे आज स्पीकर का फर्स्ट डे था, मतलब उसके साथ न्यू प्लेटफॉर्म पे, तो उनको समझाना था मेरे को, तो मैंने न्यू फिर बनाया क्योंकि ये वाला ओपन हो नहीं रहा था. तो इसलिए हर स्पीकर को एक बार बताना पड़ेगा. तो उसी के लिए मैं बोल रही थी कि इफ 5-10 मिनट्स पहले ओपन हो जाता तो हम आ जाते हैं.
श्योर, समझ गया. ठीक है. ओके, थैंक्स अर्चिका.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.
I would like. I would like to congratulate Harshita